Hey everybody, Coach Keith Hepner here. Today we're gonna have an awesome treat. Going over training footage of Emanuel Stewart working with Jeff Fenech. For some reason, when I see Jeff's name, I always just see French in my mind. I don't know why, but anyway. So back in I think maybe the 90s or the 80s, and Emanuel Stewart. We have to remember he was perhaps the greatest boxing coach in the history of boxing. Had the most world champions, built the most champions, I believe, and you can't. There is no good argument to say that he wasn't a top tier trainer and teacher who also produced other coaches as well. All right, so let's dive right into this viewing, and we're going to use this as an educational opportunity. So not just going to watch and comment, but also maybe dive deep into some of the different concepts and trainings that we're talking about here. All right, so starting off first, he's talking with Jeff about the jab.
You stepped in right away, you could just walk in right there.
I was there jabbing.
I know you could out jab most guys. I was surprised at your height. How you out
You
jab?
can believe it before. I was just.
That's the first thing is tell people they can out jab most guys because they absolutely can. But you notice how Emanuel.
I was surprised at your height.
You notice how he
Right away, you could just walk
showed
right
walking
there.
in, catch jab, right? Basic thing right there. So many guys, we need to practice, do catch, jab right after that. Catch, jab. Catch them before the right hand comes or catch them right after the jab is thrown. Walk in and you step with the jab. It's funny, man. I've had guys train at gyms where they told them, don't step with the jab. Well, can you argue with the greatest coach in the history of boxing? Not really, right?
I know you could out jab most guys. I was surprised at your height. How you out
You
jab?
can believe it before. I was just. I couldn't carry him up. I couldn't do enough. I was just, but when I put my jab in his head, I felt boom.
Don't you love that feeling? And if you haven't experienced that feeling, learn to find that feeling by stepping with the jab. But snapping someone's head up with the jab, hitting them right in the mush, as my dad would say. Oh, it's such a great thing.
And all of a sudden, he stood there and he stood there fighting.
That was a bad fight. When they made that fight, I talked to Jeff Martin. I said, you guys are crazy. He's the worst guy to fight. I don't care how good a fighter you are, you still have to match him with certain guys. You just don't fight.
No matter how good of a fighter you have, you still have to match them with certain guys. Very important note that a lot of people forget. A lot of people, they think, because my guy is really good, I can just match him with anybody.
Muhammad Ali had certain guys he could not fight. He could not fight guys who could box. Ali could, guys like the Jimmy Youngs and them, they gave him problems. Ali could never box him.
You hear that? Muhammad Ali, as Emanuel says. But Ali couldn't fight certain guys as well. And he probably got maneuvered around certain guys that could box because they gave him trouble.
Even with Tommy Hearns, I never let Tommy fight guys who could come in and put a lot of pressure unless he had money.
Never let Tommy fight a lot of guys who could put a lot of pressure on him. All right? Think about how bad that maneuvering would have been as he was getting Tommy up there. And again, when he's taking a tough fight, how the career would be different if he didn't know that.
Put him in with, even with a Roy Jones today, Tommy Lally beat him. Virgil Hill, Tommy beat him. Put him in with Ray Leonard, he'll beat him. All boxers, Tommy knocks out. You can't put him in with a little tough guy. You got to keep him away from him. People don't realize that. He cannot fight a guy who's 10 close. But he's tall, he fights tall boxers, but tall as he is.
So you got to know that about your fighter. And when you're maneuvering somebody in their professional career. As an amateur, it is what it is, man. You go out and you fight anyone and everyone because there's no benefit to avoiding people. And hopefully you also learn how to deal with these different styles. But when you go professional, it's a different story. It's a different landscape.
But that's what I want to work about. That is left jab a lot more. And when he was really,
One thing I love too, as he was talking, watch Jeff catch and jab. Look at that. I'm sorry, I just got to get on it because it's something that, my dad always preached, Chuck Bodak always preached. And again, you're talking about the same area of the world, around Chicago area. And My dad actually saw Emanuel Steward fight as an amateur, even though Emanuel's a little bit younger than my father. But yeah, so the same basic stuff, the jab and the catch, right? Watch, I think Jeff does it again here. He is ready to catch. Left is a little bit lower. Catch, jab, right? Jab and catch same time, or catch, jab. Basic boxing stuff, which at any level you need to utilize and practice. And the more you do, the better you'll be.
So they made with the tough guy, right tall.
Now here we get into the mitt work. Now we're going to see Razzmatazz flashy mitt work. And again, I've been guilty of doing Razzmatazz flashy mitt work because it's fun, right? And it's a good way to condition someone, force them to put different pieces together and get them moving their hands, right? There's benefits to that, but there's also drawbacks because there's no teaching oftentimes. And at the end of the day, a good boxing coach is a good teacher. Chuck Bodak would get very mad if you called him a trainer, right? And I don't like that term either. What people call boxing coaches or whatever trainers, that is a stupid name, I think. Coaches, right? Teachers, yes, but not trainers. You see how Jeff is stepping with that jab? Think about how much people do mitt work and they just stand in one place. No bueno.
Losing some of your body strength, you kind of get into the arm muscles. A little bit right from here, but you go when you're feeling this sometimes, you're like, good.
A little bit of a lean with that right hand, but yep, step with the jab. Oftentimes, good thing to watch out for you're in training, people will step themselves into range where they can just jab and not actually step. Start from that little hair out of range, so you actually have to step with your jab to get into range and then to throw your punches.
You got 135 pounds for more.
Also, by the way, if you will notice, where does Emanuel Steward have the mitt? He's holding the right mitt for the left punch. What? We all do left, right. No. Think about it. If he's boxing someone, their head's probably going to be over on that side slightly more, number one. Number two is it allows the mitt holder to do jabs with them, make them block other punches, everything else. And then lastly, your jab is the cane to the blind man, like I talked about in that last video, or second to last video. But then also as well, so just like it's that cane, it tells you your range, but it also tells you where someone is. So if you jab someone's jaw, you know that's where the right hand's got to go. You don't jab someone's jaw here and then the right hand got to go over there, right? So right where he lands that jab is right where that right hand needs to land too. If you get used to jabbing over to the other side, you're actually helping someone slip that jab. 1-3, beautiful. And it's hard to see with the film, but here, Mr. Stewart has him turn it to palm facing him. All right, let's see, go back here. Ah, yes. So he distinguishes between kind of like a left cross, right? Crossing over the body with the left hand, as opposed to a left hook, right? A lot of times people will throw their left like it's a left cross versus an actual left hook, palm facing you, hooking around, a hook shape. There we go. Turned his palm to face him. Real boxing training, guys. At the elite level, pro level. Nice. I tell you, I would like more turn on that right hand, though. More rotation of the shoulders, though. That's just my own thing. Great jab.
Good.
You notice too, Emanuel Stewart is giving positive feedback so many times. You see this with boxing coaches, particularly old school boxing coaches. And again, Emanuel Stewart is classified as old school now because we're in 2024. But they only say when you're doing stuff bad. They don't give you that positive. You got to give people the positive feedback. What's right? What is right? What is right? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Keep doing it. Yep. Good. Beautiful. You have to reinforce that. If you only reinforce what's not right, that's like having a blindfold on you and you're in the kitchen and you're touching stuff and you get cut by a knife and you get freaking burned by the stove, but you never actually get a hold of the thing you were looking for, right? And that just leads you to do nothing. So we want that positive reinforcement. And if you see this whole video, Emanuel Stewart does a great job of doing that.
You do this automatic, I want you to do this here. This is good.
And that's why you built so many champions.
Next time you may go here. I see.
Good techniques right there. Mixing in the hook, double hook, hook, right? Then next time hook, uppercut, because they're ready for that hook to come up, to come around. They come up the middle instead. Nice. You notice how Stewart emphasizes really whipping the whole body with the punch. That's how you make power. Tommy Hearns was not a power puncher as an amateur. He developed power as a pro.
This is you start from here. You do this one here and this one over here. See what happened? You're hooking, but you're not moving right from that shoe. You're like almost move in on the toes. You're on the toes, stay on the toes. That's a lot better.
Yep, swinging his body with the punch. And stepping in with it.
The whole way is still staying the same.
Because everything we do when we tour, I just you hold the heads up, everything's move.
Yeah, see, Jeff is saying everything right there.
What I'm doing a lot, I'm moving back.
It's not realistic.
You're punching a lot on purpose. So as you punch, you have to start keeping up with me. You got to keep your balance. You're punching a lot on purpose. So as you punch, what I'm doing a lot, I'm moving back. I'm moving away, and you're punching a lot on purpose. So as you punch, you have to start keeping up with me. You got to keep your balance from back and away.
See, when Jeff is punching on him, Emanuel Stewart's telling him, hey, I'm moving away backwards on purpose. That's something my dad did with me a lot. And that helped me keep my balance and also allowed me to land punches moving forward, getting used to that. Versus, again, a bag doesn't move like that, doesn't keep moving back like that. And it allows you to operate more like how you'd operate against the actual opponent, which is actually what we're trying to do at boxing. We're not just trying to get good at hitting little hand mitts and bags that are stuffed with recycled clothes.
So you jab it out twice, you're moving back, you go pop, pop. His head is out here. You cannot hit it here. Fine.
That's right. So many people, when they shoot that left hook, like they're like that person's right on their chest. Meh. You want that tight hook? Meh. No. You got to reach it out, number one. But number two is, like Manny's saying, you got to step sometimes. Particularly off that jab range, like a 1-3.
You jab him. Bam! Right on his hand.
Yep.
Good. Looks a little like it's a slap, but it's really smooth. Good. Yeah.
That's something too. I'm just thinking about now with lingo, where people talk about shortening up the hook. They think, oh, you want a short hook. Okay, I think that's a lingo, because like I'll say things like, for instance, tighten up your punches. That could be perceived over enough time as somebody is me saying to get tighter as we're throwing punches. No, tighten up punches means get them more compact, right? Get them in a box more so they're not wide. Same thing with shortening up the hook. Oh, you want a short hook. That's the only way you throw a left hook in box, short hook. I think that's was probably originally meant more so, or at least said by at least some coaches, as not being wide with the hook, being more short with the hook. But that doesn't mean throwing it literally short, meaning close to you, in range, like close range. All right? Just a thought there, because I've seen a lot of things like that happen with boxing, and people talk about, trying to think of some other examples right now, but they'll get over the top with kind of taking a phrase and then running with it like it's gospel of how you should box, where it's actually a phrase that maybe wasn't the most precise phrase that you could have, or it could be construed other ways, and then they just run down this whole rabbit hole with it. Classic example here, short hook. That's how you need to throw a hook. Short hook meaning not flinging the arm out wide. Doesn't mean the range is short.
Only punch you get hit when you shoot that punch together. There you go. Good, good. A lot of times you shoot this head twice, you make it go back, and there you go. Bang. Good.
Working on the most important hook to the body, which is the liver shot.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Good, up good. Work with it. Wow. And let's sit down to a good one. Good, do it again. Bring it to the body.
And again, that 1-2 is on that right mitt because that is where someone's head would be. Your jaw is going to be where you punch it with the jab. You punch the jab to the jaw, punch the right hand to the jaw.
Good. Oh, it doesn't matter the way. Good. Just go down. Just go down. Just drop and do it. And you're not getting that. Good. 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 Yeah.
And that's where, too, it's important as well to have people weaving under and things like that without you throwing as a mid holder a punch, because they just need to do those movements, whether they saw a punch or not, or whether you did it. They don't have to be. It's easy when you hold mitts for someone all the time to make them almost fight your fight, and then that gets used to them being led by someone else. We don't want to do that. We want them to lead. And of course, we're leading by teaching, but you know what I'm saying, with rhythm and timing.
That's good. Right off the bounce. You wanted to block the left hook. Good. That's it. Do it again.
Classic combination, right? The 3 opens up the pathway for the 2. Especially when we've been jabbing a lot.
Good. Again. Nice to jab. Now, here you go. Block it. As soon as you block it. Short up. Good. Good. That's it. Right like it. Good.
Finishing with the left hook. Finishing with the left. Stay sided up.
Beautiful.
Weaves under afterwards.
Bang, bang. Moving in all the time. Let's be very simple. We're clean. Good. Back to it. There's it again.
Again, great stuff. Moving, making your fighter move. Be evasive. Because think about it. You just trained him coming forward a bunch and attacking. There's a catch jab. Ba-ba. And good timing on that. Ba-ba. Yep, beautiful. That half timing. But so now he's got Jeff boxing a little bit and outmaneuvering someone, right? We need to learn how to be aggressive, come forward with our punches, but then also move around, move back with our punches, lateral movement, and encourage someone to make someone not be able to cut off the ring with our movement.
That's good.
Staying away from corners.
Good, touch me. Good, keep pressing. 3 jabs. Good.
And notice how Manny's holding up that mitt so that Jeff can throw the jab when he wants to jab. He has it up while he's moving a lot of times like that. And therefore Jeff can get the timing when Jeff needs to get the timing versus forcing the timing by only picking it up when a punch comes. That's something, again, it's like, there's a time and a place for like response drills, right? I do that with people where you hold it down and you hold up for them to hit, hold up for the hit. But if you always do response drills, then they're always just reacting versus getting their own rhythm and boom, leading when they want to lead.
Hey, there's something they used to do. But if you got a girl who wants to dance sexy and nasty, you dance. Yeah, that's all we got. He likes to dance. Okay, keep moving. All I'm going to do is show you another thing. There you go. This time, just give me 3 shoulder feints. That's it. Just pull out. And then take a sleep tail. Relax and then touch it. Good.
It's good working the feint with the jab, right? All the stuff that you need
Good.
at the pro level and the amateur level.
Then after you land it, shift your body and move on away. Beautiful. Keep moving. Good. Do it again. One more time. Touch it. Pass it. Touch it. Let it blow.
Nice.
Now this time, look here. 2 times look. Touch, touch.
Jeff
Keep it
owning
out
the
here.
center of the ring.
Bam.
And then we're talking about leaving the left out,
Touch, touch.
leaving the left out, and turning that left
Keep it out here.
into the hook. Good classic thing that I was taught.
No, no. Keep it out here. Don't bring
Keep
back.
it out. Or
Good.
boom.
All you put is setting for one right here. Good. This is where you're moving, and I'm following you coming in.
And again, positive reinforcement.
Hey, that's it.
Yep. And you got a guy coming at you more, so they're going to be right there for that 3. You don't have to even step with that 3. 1, 1. They'll be there.
You can fold them
3,
right here.
2.
Then you go just go. That's
Boom.
it. All you're doing is setting there for one time. That's it. Okay. Same as I do here. And you block it. See? Bam.
Yep.
3 shots move you to the right hand. You never saw the right hand. That's why it's so heavy. You can so big block. Bam. What happened?
I love how he mimics people getting hurt. Get your fighter in the mindset of hurting people, of wobbling them.
Go back, 1, 2 again. Hit. Go back to 1, 2. Hit. Beautiful.
Nice.
There. Keep moving. Relax, moving. And this time when I punch, I want you to make your double move. Step, step. I said move away. Touch me. Keep touching. Keep touching. Man, right here, leave now. That's it. Different all around. Good. Do it again. Keep it. Jab. Good. Good. Now 3, same hand. Same move. That's it.
Nice. 1, 3, 1. Great combo.
Good. Do it again. That's 1, 2. Good. Beautiful.
Again, these are your, and I'm not being disparaging with it, but these are your ABCs as a boxer rather. These are your ABCs as a boxer. Putting these basic pieces together, the 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, that basic stuff which you need to be practicing over and over and over and over and over again. It's the foundation. It's the foundation that you need. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure you click a like, subscribe to this channel if you aren't already, drop me a super thanks, buy me a cup of coffee, and do this type of training in your gym with a training partner, with the coach. If you're the coach, do this type of work, mixing in these basic things, the catch and the jab, moving around the ring, making someone come in with their punches, right? These are all things that sometimes, if you are a good coach with a proper, lineage of teaching and mentorship, like I was blessed to have, you know this stuff, but you forget this stuff, right? That's why stuff like this is so great, and that's why I'm really privileged to be in a position, because I have people reach out to me all the time that have, been coaches longer than I have, but they'll be reminded of something like, damn, yeah, I like how you said that, or it reminds them of like, damn, yeah, that's right, I used to do that type of stuff, and I need to bring that back, because we all need that. I need that sometimes too. I'm always looking at all these other coaches and things like that, and keeping that open mind to be reminded or to have a different perspective on things, right? Because that's how we truly grow. Because as coaches, if we're not growing, we're not going to help our fighters grow as well. And you as a fighter, if you're not growing and studying, right, someone else is, and they're going to kick your butt or punch your face. This one fighter I had, I love it, where he said, because sometimes you have guys that are almost like enabled by you as a coach, right? If you really help them out as a coach, it almost makes them more helpless. But this one guy that I worked with, he said, this was back about probably 2015, he said, yeah, man, if I see something in the fight and I can't be like, oh man, coach didn't show me that, right? I didn't see that. He's like, that's my fault as the fighter because I'm not doing my work. I'm not studying. I'm not watching film because coach can't teach me everything. Can't show me every single thing someone might do and every single answer to everything. You know, if that's what you expect of your coach, you're expecting too much. Coach can't run for you, can't get in shape for you, can't shadow box for you, and can't have that winning spirit. That's another thing too, is no matter how much your coach wants you to win, you have to be the one that wants to win more than they do for you, right? And a coach can push somebody. A coach can push someone in the moments that they need to get pushed, but at the end of the day, it's just like putting, I don't know, putting fuel in a leaky gas tank if you're not at least retaining it enough to execute it as a fighter. All right. Well, anyway, I could go on and on about that. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Watch out for the next one. Thanks for your support.